Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In a bombshell development that has sent shockwaves across the Sister Wives fandom and ignited a social media firestorm, an official arrest warrant has been issued against Kody Brown for the non-payment of a massive bank loan, marking the most humiliating chapter yet in the once-proud patriarch's staggering downfall. For years, viewers watched as Kody Brown presented himself as the confident, control-obsessed leader of his plural family, lecturing his wives about loyalty, finances, and obedience to the family vision. But now, with only Robin remaining by his side and his other three wives, Christine, Janelle, and Mary, having fled both the marriage and the financial disaster he left in his wake, Kody stands alone, cornered, and for the first time, legally accountable. Court records filed in Coconino County confirm that the arrest warrant was issued following 3 separate notices of default regarding a large business-related loan tied to Kody's now-defunct land development scheme on Coyote Pass. The loan, estimated to be between $180,000 and $240,000, was originally secured under a joint account between Kody and Robin in 2020, intended to finance utilities, land prep, and what Kody publicly called a family unification project. But behind the scenes, the money was allegedly used to pay off personal debts, fund lavish home improvements at Robin's house, and maintain a lifestyle that spiraled into delusion as Kody's marriage imploded on national television. Insiders close to the Brown family revealed that Kody had been served multiple times in recent months with court demands to either pay the overdue balance or appear for a financial deposition. He did neither. And that's when the court had enough. With failure to appear documented and allegations of fraudulent misrepresentation in how the loan was originally filed, the court issued an arrest warrant for Kody Brown on grounds of willful contempt, opening the door to possible criminal fraud charges if further misuse of bank funds is confirmed. In never-before-seen footage leaked by a court clerk, Robin is seen sobbing in a parked car outside the courthouse, her face red, tissues piled on the dashboard, saying into the phone, "They're going to arrest him. They're going to take him away. What am I supposed to do?" But for fans who've watched Kody funnel attention, time, and money toward Robin while gaslighting and alienating his other wives, the sympathy well has dried up. Janelle, whose financial independence has skyrocketed since her 2023 split, posted a cryptic quote shortly after the warrant news broke. "A person will always find time for what matters to them. Remember that." Christine, now happily remarried and thriving in Utah, reposted a meme of Judge Judy with a caption, "When karma finally shows up in court shoes." Meanwhile, Mary, long the silent sufferer, appeared on Instagram Live reading from a journal, her voice calm but cutting. "When people show you who they are, believe them the first time." As news of the arrest warrant spread, fans flooded Reddit and Twitter with explosive commentary, calling this the final reckoning for a man who built his fame on a family ideal he never truly lived by. Financial analysts familiar with public TLC contracts suggest Kody may have over-leveraged his finances following the departure of his wives, with multiple revenue streams drying up. It's also believed Kody was counting on future TLC paychecks from Sister Wives Season 19 to bail him out, but with the show's future uncertain amid mounting backlash and the potential legal scandal, those checks may never come. Even more shocking, the financial documents tied to the arrest warrant name Robin as a co-signer, putting her legal standing and her home at risk. Sources say Robin has already met with attorneys and is considering legal separation from Kody to avoid being held liable for the ballooning debt. But it may be too late. One source close to the Flagstaff court system revealed, "The bank is coming for both of them. Robin can cry all she wants, but this was a joint application. They lived off that loan. Now the reckoning is here." As officers prepare to serve the warrant, Kody has reportedly gone into hiding, with Robin refusing to answer the door and neighbors reporting that blinds have remained closed for over a week. TLC has yet to make an official statement, but insiders say the network is in full-blown crisis mode, with top executives scrambling to determine whether filming can continue or whether they'll pivot entirely to focus on the wives' post-Kody lives. The production team has allegedly been instructed to gather all existing Kody footage for legal review, signaling that season 19 could either be the last or the beginning of a whole new chapter where the Brown family's patriarch faces real-world consequences. For years, Kody controlled the narrative. He decided who was loyal, who was disrespectful, who deserved love, and who didn't. But in the court of law, none of that matters. What matters now is paper trails, unpaid balances, and the truth he could no longer spin into a spiritual monologue. The same man who once declared himself the head of this family is now dodging deputies with an arrest warrant in his name, a poetic collapse for a man who weaponized religion, love, and legality to keep power. The sister wives are finally free. And Kody? He's finally being forced to face everything he ran from. In a shocking twist that has left fans reeling and critics nodding with grim satisfaction, the patriarch of sister wives, Kody Brown, now finds himself on the wrong side of the law, and not just in the court of public opinion. According to explosive court documents just revealed, an official arrest warrant has been issued for Kody after his continued failure to repay a substantial bank loan, reportedly tied to his increasingly troubled finances and deteriorating family empire. The once charismatic and fiercely proud leader of the now fractured plural family is staring down the barrel of financial ruin, legal humiliation, and public disgrace, a stunning fall from grace for the man who once championed self-reliance, spiritual leadership, and family unity. What began as whispers in fan forums and speculative YouTube breakdowns has now erupted into a full-blown legal disaster. Kody Brown, the man who claimed for years to have everything under control, allegedly defaulted on a significant loan issued by a regional bank in Arizona, with sources claiming the balance ballooned to six figures after months of ignored notices, mounting interest, and failed attempts at renegotiation. Bank officials, after exhausting every legal and professional route, finally pursued aggressive collection action that has culminated in a bench warrant for Kody's arrest. That's right. The same man who once gathered his wives and children around a campfire to preach about destiny and family values is now wanted by the state for financial misconduct. And the footage coming out paints a grim picture. Kody evading phone calls, hiding out at Robyn's house, and allegedly ignoring multiple certified letters from legal representatives. For fans who have followed the Sister Wives saga from day one, this feels like the inevitable conclusion to years of mismanagement, favoritism, and ego. Kody's infamous obsession with building on Coyote Pass, his splintering relationships with his wives, and his increasing detachment from several of his children have been aired out season after season. But now, those personal failings seem to have bled into his financial life, and the consequences are finally catching up. According to anonymous insiders close to the situation, the loan in question was allegedly tied to multiple property holdings, including parcels of Coyote Pass and at least one residential property that Kody had hoped to develop for the whole family. But with Christine gone, Mary emotionally checked out, and Janelle now reportedly pursuing independent ownership of her stake in the land, Kody was left with massive debts and dwindling support. Sources claim he had planned to refinance or sell, but delays, disputes, and ego-driven decisions pushed those plans into oblivion. Now, it's not just the family unity that's disintegrating, it's the very foundation of his finances. Even more damning is the apparent trail of poor communication, unfulfilled agreements, and broken promises, some of which may have violated terms of the loan agreement itself. The bank, citing multiple breach of contract clauses, finally escalated to legal action after Kody reportedly missed a critical court-ordered repayment hearing, prompting the judge to authorize a bench warrant for his arrest. The Brown family hasn't released an official statement, but reliable leaks suggest absolute chaos behind the scenes. Robyn, long considered Kody's most loyal partner and closest confidant, is reportedly beside herself, sobbing uncontrollably and begging Kody to face the music, according to a source close to production. One particularly gut-wrenching clip from an unaired scene shows Robyn wiping tears as she whispers, "We were supposed to build this life, not lose it piece by piece." Her emotional breakdown mirrors the complete implosion of the dream they sold to the world. Meanwhile, Janelle and Christine, who've already started charting their own paths away from Kody, are said to be watching the unraveling from a distance, shocked, yes, but not surprised. He stopped listening a long time ago, Christine reportedly told producers during a confidential interview. He made his choices. Now the consequences are here. Legal analysts reviewing the case say this isn't just about money. It could get worse. If Kody ignores the arrest warrant, it could escalate quickly, says Arizona legal expert Mara Holt. Warrants for financial delinquency often start as civil matters, but can lead to contempt of court or even jail time if the subject refuses to appear or comply. That possibility is now very real. And if Kody is taken into custody, it would mark an unprecedented scandal not only for him, but for the entire Sister Wives franchise. TLC has remained tight-lipped so far, but rumors are swirling that producers are scrambling to rewrite narrative arcs for the upcoming season, which was reportedly supposed to focus on Kody's efforts to reconcile with his estranged children and reclaim the land on Coyote Pass. That storyline now appears laughably out of reach. And as word of the arrest warrant spreads like wildfire, so too does the public backlash. Social media is ablaze. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and fan Facebook groups are flooded with hashtags like #KodyInCuffs, #SisterWivesScandal, and #CoyotePassCrisis. Longtime viewers, many of whom once sympathized with Kody's struggle to maintain harmony in a plural family, are now calling him out for financial negligence, spiritual hypocrisy, and emotional manipulation. TikTok creators are breaking down court documents line by line, dissecting every clause and public record tied to the failed loan. He built a kingdom on borrowed time and borrowed money, one viral video claims. And now the king is bankrupt, in every sense of the word. Fans are especially stunned at the scale of the debt. While exact numbers remain confidential, leaked documents suggest over $130,000 in unpaid principal and interest, along with penalties and legal fees that continue to climb by the day. One insider noted that the loan default may jeopardize multiple assets, possibly even forcing the sale of Robyn's Flagstaff home, the only property Kody still resides in full-time. And that's where things get even messier. Because while Kody faces legal consequences and potential public arrest, it's Robyn who is bearing the emotional fallout in real time. In footage too raw for the current season but circulating through back-channel leaks, Robyn is seen sobbing hysterically at their dining room table, clutching financial documents and begging Kody to please fix this before they come to the door. Her voice cracks under the pressure, her face a mixture of fear, disbelief, and deep, gut-wrenching regret. "We trusted you," she whispers. "We followed you. I gave up everything for this family." And Kody? He remains distant, defensive, blaming the bank, the economy, and even his own wives for the situation. "They all left me to carry this alone," he says angrily in a separate clip. "They want to sit back and point fingers now, but they were supposed to help me build this dream. They gave up." But fans aren't buying it anymore. The public tide has turned. Even those who once defended his difficult role in managing plural marriage are now calling out what many describe as years of narcissism, poor decision-making, and favoritism toward Robyn at the expense of the other wives. And the legal situation has exposed what many feared for years, that Kody was never financially equipped to maintain multiple households, raise 18 children, and invest in large-scale real estate development on borrowed capital. One former family friend, speaking under condition of anonymity, said, "There were signs of trouble way back in Las Vegas. They moved to Flagstaff thinking it would be better financially, but it was a disaster from the beginning." Kody was always juggling payments, applying for loans, and hoping TLC would keep renewing the show. It wasn't sustainable. Meanwhile, the state of Arizona isn't playing around. According to newly revealed legal filings, Kody missed not one but 3 key repayment hearings, ignored 2 summons, and failed to respond to discovery requests. His apparent disregard for the court process was described by the judge as intentional evasion, prompting the issuance of a warrant for his immediate apprehension should he appear in public or fail to comply within the designated 30-day grace period. And here's the kicker. Sources suggest the warrant isn't just symbolic. Local law enforcement has already been briefed, and if Kody is spotted traveling or attempting to film new scenes without handling the warrant, he could be taken into custody on site. "This is not a joke," said one court insider. "There's real money involved, and the bank wants justice. They're not going to let a reality TV personality use celebrity status to dodge financial responsibility." As the legal noose tightens, Kody's world continues to crumble. Inside sources claim that even Robyn has begun to question her future. While she has long remained loyal, her extended family is reportedly urging her to separate herself legally from Kody's financial entanglements before it's too late. "She's terrified," said the source. "Terrified they'll lose the house, that their accounts will be frozen, and that the kids will suffer. She never signed up for this. No one did." The children, too, are caught in the storm. While many of the older Brown kids have moved on with their own lives, some going no contact with Kody, the younger ones are still under his roof. Viewers and fan advocates are now raising ethical questions about whether the children are being dragged into the chaos, especially if a foreclosure notice hits or if Kody is publicly arrested while cameras are rolling. "We worry about the emotional trauma this could cause," said one mental health expert who follows the show. "These are real kids, not just characters on a show. If their father is arrested, it could be devastating." TLC now finds itself at a crossroads. The network, already under fire for continuing to film during family breakdowns, is facing pressure to address the legal drama transparently or cancel the show entirely. A producer speaking off-record admitted, "We didn't see this coming. We knew Kody had debt issues, but we didn't know it had reached the point of legal action. We're having emergency meetings. This could change everything." But will it? Some insiders argue TLC is actually leaning into the drama, seeing the scandal as a way to boost flagging ratings. A network source hinted that the next season's premiere will be the most explosive in Sister Wives history, promising legal fallout, emotional meltdowns, and a family in crisis. And it's not just the show that's shifting, so is the family dynamic. Janelle, who quietly secured her own property rights to a portion of Coyote Pass before walking away from the family structure, is reportedly filming her own spin-off. Christine, now happily engaged and thriving post-Kody, is staying silent, but sources claim she feels vindicated, watching the chaos unfold from afar. "She saw it coming," said a mutual friend. "She just didn't want to go down with the ship."